Nick and Rico joining you. Rico, what's up?
Hello.
How's your day going?
So far, so good.
So,
Except for the fact that my car's in the shop and I got to pay an exorbitant amount of money.
that's a big word. Nice job, Rico.
Thank you. I like.
Could
word
you
use.
spell it out?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, is EXORBATANT. Exorbitant.
I was not listening. I was looking at the meme that
Yeah,
Thomas
I know.
Lincoln.
Yeah, I figured.
Did you get it right?
I don't know.
Anyway, here we are. I wouldn't.
That was just a waste. That was just a waste.
I don't know how to spell it either, so I wouldn't be able to fact check you.
Gosh.
402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you guys. Got plenty to talk about today. We're going to talk a little March Madness and their viewership numbers for both men's and women's tournaments, a little bit of World Baseball Classic, those viewership numbers. So it kind of all just works together because they are rising for everything. So we'll give you an update on that stuff. Husker football has a big recruiting weekend coming up this weekend where they are hosting, I believe it's 11 of the top 200 recruits in the country. So, which is pretty, exceptional if you think about when you combine all the details that Nebraska's been struggling over the last couple of years. And we somewhat saw, I guess, when new coaches get hired, there's a little bit of an increase in energy, I suppose, around the program and excitement. I think that's there, Rico, but I'm not sure it's as much as there usually is. Because we all got stung bad. Like Husker fans got stung bad from the previous regime. And having all this excitement and all this Kool-Aid, if you will, and all this
constantly flowing.
Yes. And it's just, I mean, from year 1 to year 3, and then year 4 was kind of like
from the opening press conference.
Not
Not even
well,
year 1.
True.
Literally from the first couple of minutes.
Which is crazy because now, like, we look back on it, and Husker fans are being so much more patient now, it feels like, and just weary. Maybe patient isn't even the right word. It's like weary and cautious now.
I feel like there was a lot of, and it was from the fan base, but it was also from the coaches themselves, a lot of expectations and unnecessary pressure that they put upon themselves. I mean, you do your opening press conference and you say year 2 we're going to be dangerous. Like, okay, well, that's a lot of pressure for year 2. Or, the Big Ten, that whole adjusting thing, like that's, again, a lot of pressure on yourself. They did that to themselves, unfortunately. And obviously, as you've seen with your coaching change, they fell short.
So once again, Nebraska is going to host 11 of the top 200 prospects nationally and 4 of the top 50. So 4 out of the top 50 recruits in the country are coming to Lincoln this weekend. And Matt Rule said, the quote, our athletic department's a big reason why I think they're really trying to step up to allow us to do things at a high level. And then we're trying to match it with our work ethic. And I think that's one thing that, like, what makes everything so frustrating when you look back at the last 10 or 12 years of Nebraska football and how they aren't successful, it's not like the support system hasn't been there. That's what, like, and this predates, I mean, Scott Frost, this goes to Mike Riley and towards the end of Bo, even, if you will. Like, what makes it so frustrating and also confusing in a way is that how is Nebraska not able to win more games, right? When there's the support system, there's the funding, there are the facilities, everything is there for you to be successful, which makes it more mind-boggling. And then also it forces you to, or it allows you to be a little more pissed off than you normally would because Nebraska hasn't been able to have success. And you're sitting there going, not that it should be simple and easy, but in a way it should be simple and easy to win here in Nebraska.
Yeah, like you said, you've got the support system, and despite the lack of success that Nebraska has had throughout the years, you can see that it still carries some weight. The Red N, the University of Nebraska, still carries some weight in recruiting circles, in the recruiting market, because it's not like Nebraska is starved for talent. They're getting, top 50 doesn't sound very great, but they're getting top 50 recruiting classes, top top 30 recruiting classes, even after, not having gone to a bowl game for 4 years. They're getting, pretty high level recruits. They're getting pretty high level recruits to come in for visits, even despite not having really any success. So the amount of support that the fans in the athletic department have been showing for all these years, and the amount of not unnecessary, of confusing love that it's getting from recruits despite the lack of success makes you believe that Nebraska should have more success on the field, because you've got everything that a successful program needs, everything that you need. You've got the facilities, you've got the players, you've got the coaches, whatever you want to say. You've got the support system in the fans. You've got the support system in the athletic department. You have everything that a successful program needs, except for the success.
So, Milkman Tuxton, do you guys have names and positions of the visitors? Yes. So we'll run through them. Hopefully, and these rankings come from the 24/7 Sports Composite. So obviously, Dylan Raiola is the headliner, number 1 overall.
Yeah,
everybody knows that. Really?
Yeah, he
no
dropped
longer
it.
number
He
one?
was no, he moved back to number 1.
Oh, okay.
He was number 1. He was still the number 1 quarterback,
Gotcha.
but then he dropped to number 5, the number 5 recruit, still the number 1 quarterback.
Okay.
But then I guess he's back up to
number one. Yeah. So here we are. So Dylan Raiola, headliner. Then you have wide receiver Ryan Wingo from St. Louis, who is the 18th rated player in the country.
That is a place that Nebraska has. It's just the black hole, the St. Louis area. Nebraska hasn't had much success. That's something that if you ask any recruiting, you ask Mike Schaefer, it's very confusing. Nebraska just can't draw players from St. Louis. Another guy is offensive tackle Brandon Baker from California, who's rated 36th in the country. Wide receiver Ryan Pelham of Long Beach, California, is coming, and he is rated the 50th overall player. So those are 4 top 50 prospects. Okay.
Quarterback Dylan Raiola, wide receiver Ryan Wingo, offensive tackle Brandon Baker, and wide receiver Ryan Pelham. Then the other guys that are visiting, because we mentioned that they're hosting 11 of the top 200 recruits. Other ones, tight end Jaden Riddell of Raymore, Missouri, 68th overall. Running back Nathaniel Frazier from California, 102nd nationally. Wide receiver Gatelin Bear of Burley, Idaho. Never met somebody from Idaho. That's kind of crazy. I'm not sure it even exists sometimes. He's rated.
Okay, Nathan.
He's rated 129th overall. Offensive lineman Grant Bricks of Logan, Iowa, is rated 145th.
BRIX?
Yeah. Bree. Is it Bree?
No,
Bricks?
I was just saying that's a great last name.
Okay.
I
thought you were trying to correct me on that.
No,
Then
I was
maybe you heard
asking
it from somewhere else.
the spelling.
Yeah, BRIX.
Because if it was BRICKS, it would have been a little
normal.
weird.
Yeah, just normal.
Would have been a little weird.
Andrew Sprague of Kansas City, 160th in the country. Tight end, this is a big one, the number 1 player in the state of Nebraska. Tight end Carter Nelson of Ainsworth is coming. He's rated 156th in the country. And then last but certainly not least, edge rusher Jacob Smith from Connecticut, who is rated 183rd in the country, are scheduled to visit this weekend.
That's some big names.
Also, in case you guys did not or have not heard in elsewhere, Nebraska hosted 4-star edge rusher Willis McGahee, the 4th of Miami.
That name sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar. He visited earlier this week. They hosted a soon-to-be high 4-star or even a 5-star quarterback in the 2025 class named Stone Saunders of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on Tuesday. Stone Saunders of Harrisburg. What NFL player is from Harrisburg, Rico? One of the biggest steals in the NFL draft in recent memory.
Oh my gosh, he plays for the Cowboys. He's an edge rusher. I have all of it. He went to Penn State. He wears number 11.
Micah Parsons.
I can't remember his name.
Wow.
I have everything.
So Micah Parsons is from Harrisburg. Funny enough, I will never forget in that recruitment of Micah Parsons. Like, we were sitting there, and I remember watching some of his tape, and he was playing running back for Harrisburg.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so unfair for anybody that has to try to tackle Micah Parsons.
Speed for days.
So,
Also, playing against the Cowboys on Madden, your quarterback has no time.
With
Micah Parsons,
yeah.
it just gets through no matter who your left tackle or right tackle is.
Yeah.
He gets through every time. Ridiculous.
Okay, so then from Nebraska, in addition to Carter Nelson, Davon Hall from Bellevue West, the wide receiver, is visiting, as well as Isaiah McMorris, who is also a Bellevue West wide receiver.
There we go.
And Omaha West Side safety Caleb Benning are all visiting Nebraska.
Seems like a really big weekend.
Huge. So you have 4 guys from Nebraska: Carter Nelson, Davon Hall, McMorris, and Benning. Then you have obviously the number 1 player in the country in Dylan Raiola, and you have 10 of the other top 100, and let's see, lowest number is 83. So 183 recruits in the country. Not to say, and when we talk to Steve and Zach, and we'll talk to Zach on Friday, Zach Carpenter of Inside Nebraska on Friday ahead of this big recruiting weekend. But when you talk to them, they might not expect commitments from any of these guys, but you also have an idea after this weekend of who could be realistic for the staff to go grab.
It would be really early for these guys to commit. It's a junior day because all these guys are what?
I would say one of them. One of the quarterbacks and in-state guys.
It's still early.
I don't think it's as early as we think it is. The quarterbacks and in-state guys, I don't think it's
they haven't even started their senior year. I think it's pretty early. I think it'd be pretty early.
It depends
just
if they
to
want
me,
to get it out of the way. I mean,
yeah,
think about it.
There are some who like to get it done, right before the football season or something like that. There, like you said, there are others who would like to get it out of the way and get it done before their senior year even starts. But I would expect some of these, if they're going to commit to Nebraska, I don't really expect any directly after this, but sometime in the summer, probably the earliest for the guys coming on this visit.
Well, I mean, think about in recent years.
It's top 200. Like they have.
I understand that
anywhere they want to go.
But think about like recent years, how big of recruiting weekend spring games were.
Mm-hmm.
We're a month away. A month from today is the spring game, and so you sit here and go, all right, maybe like I said, maybe they don't commit publicly, but that doesn't include silent commits to silent pledges. It also doesn't include
but we don't know
the
those,
future,
so they don't count.
The future for return trips, the possibility for return trips. Because Dylan Raiola is planning to come back on that April 22nd day for the spring game. Is that going to shape up to be another huge recruiting weekend for Nebraska? You would assume
definitely.
so. You would assume so.
Anytime you've got the number 1 recruit, it's a massive recruiting weekend. Doesn't matter who else you got on campus.
That's a good point.
It'll be massive regardless.
Okay, so a huge recruiting weekend. Once again, we'll talk to Zach Carpenter of Inside Nebraska on Friday ahead of this junior day, because this is and give credit to Mitch Sherman of The Athletic, because he wrote a really good article today on The Athletic. And it starts out with, there never has been a week like this for Nebraska in recruiting. So it's definitely a very exciting time. But once again, I think it's met with a lot of caution and weariness from Husker fans, and understandably so. Gotten burnt so many times and time again that it's hard to get excited maybe about what you hear in March, because of getting I don't want to say heartbroken, but like that's basically what it is.
Getting your hopes up.
Just to have them shattered.
Yeah.
With a week 3 loss to Georgia Southern.
Just do what I do and have no hope.
That's such a full. That's
there
such
you
a
go.
lie.
Just sit around and don't think that anything good is going to happen. So when good things happen, you're super excited,
super pumped.
Exactly.
Rico, you're going to Lawrence tomorrow.
I am.
You're going to Lawrence, Kansas for the WNIT.
It'll be my first away. Actually out of the state, because I went to two Creighton matchups.
That's
between
right.
Nebraska volleyball and Nebraska men's basketball. It'll be my first out of the state away game covering a team. So I'm excited. It'll be my first time at Allen Fieldhouse.
The Fog.
Yep. It'll be fantastic. It's going to be great.
What time are we leaving, or what time are we departing?
Whenever you get back with the camera.
Okay.
That's really it.
It'll be like 11.
Yeah. So that's when I'm leaving.
So you're leaving at 11?
Take about 3.5 hours to get down there.
You got your MapQuest directions printed out?
I have my phone. I'm not printing out directions.
You youth and all your technology.
You're an old man. You want to know how old Nick is?
No. People get mad on
how old Nick is.
People get mad on Twitter if I talk about how I feel old.
He has an analog, not analog. What do you call this?
Just a normal clock.
He has an old school alarm clock.
Shout out to AD.
It went off.
Did it really?
Yeah, it did during the captain.
Are you serious?
It's very loud.
So because I think what happened with it is there's this little button back here that it's the alarm.
Yeah.
And you set the alarm, and I was playing with it on the air.
It went off.
But then I realized that it was the alarm, and I thought, but I can't even see where the alarm would be set.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hand or no dial turns when you turn that alarm thing. So I'm not sure how you understand.
At around 10:20 something. So
dang,
that's what it was set to.
That's crazy. I apologize.
Nah,
Drumstick says,
I was so confused.
Drumstick says, how'd you turn it off? Did you just hit it?
No, I did that and it didn't stop, so I turned it off on the back.
Oh, okay. Drumstick says, I forgot Nick MapQuest still. Everybody should MapQuest.
He's an old man.
Everybody should MapQuest.
My name's Nick and I'm an old man.
If you're worried about construction, it's on there. MapQuest is still just fine. Print them out.
Depends on how early you print it out.
Print them out, staple them together, and you're all good to go.
Or you could just have your phone tell you.
Youths.
I'm gonna listen. I need podcast recommendations.
The 93.7 The Ticket app and theticketfm.com.
You're right.
Come on, Rico.
Be listening to that. Wait, hold on. So if I leave at 11, I'll be listening to Water Cooler and
the
Happy
Captain
Hour.
Water Cooler.
The end of the Captain Water Cooler Happy Hour.
A little bit on the block.
Kind of on the block, and then I'll get to my hotel.
Get to
check in. And some food recommendations. That's what I need
from Lawrence. Lawrence is actually a decent town. I played baseball at the University of Kansas's field.
Did you?
A couple years ago.
I ran on their track.
Nice little turf field.
They're new. They're new.
Had one of my best summers playing at Kansas.
Look at that.
Anyway, so yeah. Thomas and Lincoln says, "Bleep you, Rico, for leaving Nick with us without you."
He's left me plenty of times. It's only fair.
Well, I think he's mad because he has to listen to me tomorrow and not you.
It's fine.
I'll be fine.
Nick is good at what he does. Plus, he'll have Austin.
Yeah. You get to hear Austin as well.
You get Austin with Bach, and you get Austin with Nick.
There you go. And then Austin with Strick.
You get a lot of Austin.
Let's go ahead and take our break. When we come back, I want to talk Husker baseball because they had a crushing defeat yesterday.
Sad.
So we'll dive into that one a little bit. Will Bolt not too pleased with how the Husker baseball team is showing up right now, especially the pitching staff. And then we'll get to the viewership numbers from the NCAA tournament and the World Baseball Classic coming up next on Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Seinert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real
MDR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an idea. WR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to MWRbuildingandfence.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill. We have deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra light duty and new Silverado light duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, will treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-665-4650 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think, but then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to The Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, I bet that's a name you haven't heard of in a long time. Jay Cutler.
The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
I wonder what Jay Cutler's doing right now in this moment.
He's not married to what's her name anymore, is he?
I don't know who he was originally married to.
Kristen Cavallari or whatever.
We'll look it up.
She had like her own show and he was on it and everybody was like, he's so nonchalant, he's so boring. Like, this is crazy.
No, I'm getting the rainbow circle.
Oh, no.
Okay, there we go. We're okay. Jay Cutler. That is not him.
Yeah, it's the bodybuilder.
Not the bodybuilder.
You're looking at the bodybuilder,
Not the
aren't you?
bodybuilder.
I knew it. As soon as you said Jay Cutler, I was like, I know exactly what he's gonna get.
Jay Cutler. Where'd he go to college without looking?
Kristen Cavallari.
Oh, okay.
Nope, they got divorced in 2020.
Where did
Jay Cutler
go to college?
Oh,
this is a tough one.
I should know this.
Baseball powerhouse.
Vanderbilt?
Bingo. Look at Bach. with the Jay Cutler.
Yeah,
knowledge.
Bach things. Bach, big Jay Cutler guy.
Okay, so let's once again 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Let's go through a couple of the viewership numbers from March Madness and the World Baseball Classic. So both are up.
Mm-hmm.
Both are up, both for March Madness and men's and women's and the World Baseball Classic. In a era that cable and TV is dying, which is sad, but here we are. So Fairleigh Dickinson's, which I want to talk about Tobin Anderson also here in the next couple minutes, Rico. So remind me on that one.
Okay.
Fairleigh Dickinson's upset averaged 4.37 million viewers in the first round. It was a first round record for a college hoops broadcast on cable since Turner's picked up the NCAA contract in 2011. The 9.2 million average is for all games on March 16th and 17th, which was the first round, and it made it for the most watched first round since the tournament began in 1939. Now, here's what's crazy. I didn't realize the broadcasting right deal, like the rights to, like the broadcasting agreement that CBS paid.
Oh. So
in 2011, CBS and Turner Sports agreed to a 14-year, $10.8 billion deal.
I'm sorry. Can you say that number again?
14 years, $10.8 billion deal.
With a B.
Billion. With CBS and Turner. Now, here's this. The networks inked an 8-year, $8.8 billion extension, taking the relationship through 2032 when they signed the extension in 2016. So since 2011, CBS and Turner are on the hook for $20+ billion to broadcast the NCAA tournament. Just the men's, because ESPN and ABC have the women's side. So just the men's tournament, CBS is paying more than $20 billion from 2011 to 2032. Insane.
Golly.
And like we thought the Big Tens was massive.
Yeah.
Just a fraction.
Not even close.
Not even close. Little over $1 billion for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, feeling good.
And here they are, CBS and Turner, $20 billion from 2032 for 21 years. So a little over $1 billion a year as well.
Whew.
Insane.
That's nice.
Insane numbers.
Where does that money go?
Where do we think the money goes?
I don't know.
Think
where
about
did TV money deal? Where did TV
think
deal
about like
money go?
The money just sitting in a bank. Not that it's all cash, obviously, but like,
but that'd be cool.
That'd be sweet. But it just sitting in
Scrooge McDuck
sitting in a giant bank, just like, yeah, we got this. We got CBS's account here.
Yeah, CBS. They have their own bank.
Where do they keep their accounts?
In the cloud. Seems
really
dangerous.
What if CBS transferred their transition their entire thing to Bitcoin?
That would suck.
All assets
that would
to Bitcoin. Everything. But
I don't know.
Couple more numbers here. Like I never even thought about that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying,
is there just like a random Chase Bank on the corner up in New York just holding CBS's account?
Where does the money go? And also not only where does it go, but like how is that distributed amongst all of the people? Like who gets what?
Who gets what?
Yeah.
Direct deposit.
Just straight up. Somebody messes up, puts an extra zero on yours, takes out a decimal, puts a comma.
Gosh. You could have $1 billion.
That'd be nice.
And that'd be 1 year of the NCAA
If someone accidentally put $1 million into your account,
would you tell them?
Would you try and figure out who it was and like try to give it back, or would you just be like, "This is my money," and take it all out?
That's a tough decision. I think
because if you leave it in, they can always take it back.
Yeah,
but if you take it out,
I feel so guilty.
I'd take out half.
Hey, I'll split it 50-50 with you.
Yeah, I'd be like, look, you put it into my account.
Anyway.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. So as soon as I take it out and it's in my hands, it's mine.
Okay.
Sorry about it.
Okay, so a couple more numbers here. The Michigan State victory over Marquette averaged 11 million viewers at a time.
Jeez.
11 million people
Jeez.
are watching that game.
What are you people doing?
Arkansas and Kansas averaged 9.5, and Kentucky K-State was at 9.4. So then here we are. Okay, so now the women's games averaged 639,000 viewers. With UConn, Vermont, Tennessee, St. Louis, and then Iowa, Georgia. Iowa and Georgia averaged close to 2 million viewers at a time on ABC. And they also averaged South Carolina, blowing out South Florida, averaged 1.45 million viewers. Now, one thing I will say about the women's tournament, you have to remember, is there's a lot more blowouts on the women's tournament,
at least early
on.
Yeah.
This year actually has been really good because you've had upsets, which obviously draw eyes, similar to the men's tournament, right? But in the women's tournament, I mean, you have South Carolina beating South Florida 76-45. South Carolina did not cover the spread. That scared me. Strick scared me. South Carolina did not cover the spread in their 76-45 ball game.
Yeah.
Why? Because the spread was South Carolina by 49.5 in the first round of a tournament game. Tell that to Purdue. See what happens on the men's side of the bracket. For World Baseball Classic.
They also did not cover the spread.
Yeah, they did not. Yeah. The World Baseball Classic. Get this, Rico. Now, this is not on U.S. soil. But here we go. It says, and this article came from The Athletic and the sports business side of things. It says the World Baseball Classic final will have a much larger overseas audience. If past World Baseball Classic games this year are any indication, get this. Japan, in their 13-4 win over South Korea on March 10th of this year, averaged 62 million viewers on Japanese television.
Seems light.
Major League Baseball, here, get this. This is what's insane to think about. Major League Baseball said the game with their 62 million viewers average meant a 44.4 rating on Japan's TBS television, which is the percentage of total Japanese TV households tuning in. 45% of the houses in Japan were watching this baseball game between Japan and South Korea.
That's ridiculous.
That was a 13-4 Japan win.
That's ridiculous.
45 houses. That is dream numbers.
45% of the houses.
Those are dream numbers if you are a television company.
Oh yeah, you are feeling so good.
So we haven't been able to see the final from last night, the game that USA unfortunately lost.
I'm sure that it's massive.
But if that like this article says, if that's any indication, 62 million viewers on Japanese television for Japan's 13-4 win against South Korea. And here they were playing the United States in the final.
In a meaningless tournament.
Thank you, Rico. Where unfortunately Shohei Ohtani beat Mike Trout. Biggest at bat in Mike Trout's life.
Don't idolize him anymore. We're here to win.
Yeah, that was.
Don't be starstruck.
Goosebumps from Shohei Ohtani. Let's go ahead and we'll take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Strick and Austin for the crossover. I do want to bring up Tobin Anderson, college basketball carousel. It's kind of crazy when you look at it. Just takes one win in the tournament. Win one game that you're not supposed to win, and you're probably going to get a new job.
Purdue has single-handedly gotten 2 people new jobs in the past 2 years.
Remarkable
and neither one of them coached for Purdue.
We'll talk about that with Strick and Austin coming up next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. Boys State basketball is over, and here are your class champions. Starting with D2, local school Parkview Christian would upset number 1 Wynot 52-49. In Class D1, Johnson Brock would take down number 1 Sacred Heart 46-40. In Class C2, Freeman would dominate in the championship game over Amherst 53-35. Ashland Greenwood would take the C1 title championship, beating Auburn 54-24. In Class B, Scott Catholic beat Platteview 57-50, and in Class A, Bellevue West would finish on a perfect season, winning the championship over Miller North 64-41. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 405-660-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of training and guided nutrition to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on 8th. To change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Meeting your goal of healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week. designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at menuyatHome.net.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Even before you start. That was a preemptive
and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I already had someone created in my image. He's evil, he wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is it Cinco de Mayo? How we doing, Rico?
I'm the evil genius.
How's it going?
It's just a great song. It's just a great beat.
Good beat.
I just thought it was great. Also, the name of the beat is El Chapo, and we had Dr. Evil, so I just figured it fit.
I did not know the name of the beat.
Was it Dr. Evil or Pinky the Brain?
No, it's Dr. Evil.
I want to make sure we clear
It's
this
from Austin
up.
Powers.
I want to make sure we clear this up. Unnamed texter texted in and said, "What do you mean the WBC is meaningless?" Oh, no. We love the World Baseball Classic.
Big fans.
No, huge. People on the outside.
Yeah, I'm making fun of people who call it that.
Rico is making fun of. No, we love the
I think
World
that's
Baseball
idiocy,
Classic.
and I don't know why I can't hear myself, but I think it's idiocy. Yeah, I mean, it's low. It just felt.
Is that better? Is it better, Stricky?
I mean, I hear you guys great, but I couldn't hear myself.
Oh,
but,
okay.
But
Stricky and Nick are getting into it right now. Like
Strick gave me a concussion during the break.
Nick was
How
talking
many
crap.
fingers am I holding up over
if
here?
you didn't see it,
Yeah, Nick was talking
it didn't
crap.
happen. If you didn't see it,
I didn't see it. I did not see anything happen. I just felt it, and I heard my head hit your head.
Look, Nick was talking crap, and Strick defended himself. That's what I saw.
You gonna mess
Is that what you saw? I saw.
There was a challenge, and then the challenge was accepted in a time that I don't think it was expected.
Like he was defending himself. That's what I saw.
100%. I had no clue Strick was going to go for the jugular.
You mess around and you find out.
Yep.
Now that would have been dumped in any other version of that comment. You mess around and you find out.
You shouldn't have been talking. You shouldn't have been talking mess.
You're stupid. Okay, go ahead. Talk to me, Nick.
Okay, so
me and Nick are friends. We've been sitting together for days and weeks. So we're good.
This
We're
was a
chilling.
long time coming.
Anyway, no, I was just waiting for my moment to strike, but I didn't get a moment because Strick blindsided me. Anyway, so Tobin Anderson, former Fairleigh Dickinson coach, is now off to Iona. And I was telling you guys during the break, it's hard to believe, and it's kind of just crazy because we see it every year, where one coach that gets a nice upset in the, and this is not to discredit Tobin Anderson. This is not. One coach that gets a big win in the NCAA tournament on one of the biggest stages that they've ever played in, they end up getting a job, right? They end up going somewhere else and they get a new job. We saw that. We saw
Ryan Odom from UMBC went to Utah State.
That's where I was. Thank you. That's where I was thinking of.
Utah State.
Utah State, which is a pretty good gig because Craig Smith left Utah State to go to Utah.
Shaheen Holloway last year.
That's the name.
Purdue.
That's the name I was looking for.
Now
he went
he's
to
at Seton Hall.
That's the name I was looking
Tobin
for.
Anderson beats Purdue. He's at Iona. Matt Painter's coaching tree expands for
So,
bad reasons.
I mean, you're sitting here and going like, it's hard for me to believe that Iona knew who Tobin Anderson was prior to beating Purdue.
Well, he does have coaching history through his father and
Yes.
stuff like
Yep.
that. So there's
a chance, I suppose. But I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on that, just overall?
So
is that a good thing for the sport? Is it a bad thing?
There's 2 points that I would say, and then I'll get off. One, it's a very similar dynamic to what you used to see in the NBA. Like, for example, Austin Crozier. Let's just use him as an example. Austin Crozier had a phenomenal run in a series with the Lakers in a playoff series. And they pay him like almost 90 million, the Indiana Pacers. Probably was a backup and never played really. Tried to work him, didn't work, right? There's been multiple guys that's happened where they just have this unique run, unique special series, and they end up with big bank. Same thing in coaching, right? Coaching is very similar in that you win, you usually progress and move up. And what these coaches are doing is just basically sliding into new opportunities because these universities are saying, we're going to lose Rick Pitino. So let me find the next hot thing, best thing, who can probably keep this thing rolling. Because if I was a coach, y'all, I'm going to be honest. I would find a nice, solid program and be the best there that I can and stay for 30 years. I wouldn't want, like, if I'm at a nice, I don't care if it's a mid-major. Look at what Mark Few did. Let's just take the Mark Few. Mark Few never has to leave Gonzaga. If you can go and do something similar to that in the program, where you just raise the bar, you just be the standard bearer for whatever conference that is, you can right your ship for 20, 30 years if you want to. Why go up and do like Shaka Smart and go to Texas and when your niche is where you are right now?
Are you saying Shaka should have stayed at VCU?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, he went to
Shaka was
back to
never going to
Marquette,
stay at VCU because Marquette was coming open. Shaka at Marquette is a great fit, but you're not wrong in that I think there are a lot of guys whose ceiling as a coach is the mid-major level.
Yeah.
They do more with less. They're just better at that level.
Tim
They get
Miles.
Thank you. Didn't want to name names, but he's the one that came to
Tim
mind.
Miles.
Some guys are just better at the mid-major level. But then you look at guys like in football, Chris Kleiman made the jump. Lance Leipold made the jump. For some of them, they can hack it at the high major level, move up, absolutely do that. But for every one of them, there's probably 7, 8, 9, 10 that move up because they're the hot thing, because they had one win, not the full body of success.
Right.
That's more damaging.
Scott Frost. Oh, did I say that? I didn't mean. I'm sorry. It's a family show. I didn't mean it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Don't worry, this is a safe space.
Yeah, it's more damaging for the institution that hires them. It's more damaging for the coach's reputation because it looks like a one-hit wonder. And you can't necessarily blame the coach for moving up. Strike when the iron's hot. Someone's willing to pay you for more for
Now,
one win. You take advantage of it.
Is that a horizontal? Is that a horizontal move or is that an upward move?
What?
From
Fairleigh Dickinson to Iona?
It's
upper. It's a step up.
I think it's a step up.
Not much of a step, but enough of a step.
I think Patino raised Iona a little bit so that
even before Patino,
not like that, but just like help get them like more onto
the prominence.
Well, people know who people knew Iona these last couple of years because they knew Rick Pitino was
Exactly.
the coach. But however, Iona was making NCAA tournaments prior to
Tim
Rick
Clute.
Pitino.
Yes.
Prior to they were that classic 13 seed that upset the 4 in the first round, or the classic 12 who upset the 5. Like they were that classic mid-major team that you're like, Iona during March, it always figures out a way to stay in a game.
I found some more coaches that Purdue helped get jobs. Shaka Smart was one of them. When he was at VCU, he beat Shaka Smart to make the Sweet 16.
He beat Matt Painter.
Yeah. And Chris Beard.
Yep.
When he was at
that Chris Beard
Little Rock, they knocked off 5th seeded Purdue. Then he took the UNLV job and didn't really get there. And Texas Tech, Tubby Smith moved on, and he went to Texas Tech.
Tree is huge. Painter's tree is huge. How long can he stay doing what he's doing?
He keeps getting high seeds in the big
Painter's not getting fired.
in the NCAA
How
tournament.
does Purdue get that's better?
Yeah, how do you say no?
Keep
to
being
a guy?
mediocre.
Yeah.
Because they
Are
are
they
very
mediocre?
Very mediocre. Because I knew that they were not going as far as where
Really?
they went.
See,
I had
I'm
them
not
pick going out. I just knew it.
I mean, their conference, they won the Big Ten. They've won the Big Ten.
I can't, really mediocre.
Can Purdue get Jay Wright?
Ooh.
No.
Does Jay Wright want to go to?
Does he
get
want
back
to?
into coaching?
Can Purdue get Brad Stevens?
No.
Oh,
Can Purdue get Billy Donovan?
Maybe.
No.
Billy
Donovan. If Billy Donovan wanted to go back
has a
to
home in Chicago, damn it.
If Billy Donovan wanted to go back into college coaching, he has his pick of the litter.
Yeah,
and it's not Purdue.
So here's the thing: Purdue's not going to do better.
Can they get Jerry Stackhouse?
Can they?
No, Stack said it, Vandy. I like Stack.
They can probably get Patrick Ewing.
So I don't think you're wrong, Strick, in that Purdue
will
has
throw
room
this
to
pen
improve
at
and they
you.
can get better, but I also don't know who that guy is. So getting rid of Matt Painter to take a risk when you know what you have, you got to be right.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be mediocre for the
Micah
rest.
Shrewsbury.
What happens with Zach Edey?
Why-
What
why
happens
am-
with Zach
why
Edey?
am I
Does
so
he stay
high?
or go?
Why
Is
am I
that
so?
gone? Is that gone?
Okay. Zach Edey?
Is he gone?
I don't
Does
know. I don't
okay?
think
Well,
so.
the question is,
Well, Armando Baycott's back.
can he kick it in the NBA?
Doubt it.
You stay another year then.
If he ain't Jokic style, doubt it.
Then you stay another year, you make your money,
You
and then
better
you
What
take
about
the
Walker
chance.
Kessler?
You better get a jumper.
Ooh,
Can,
I
can
like-
Zach Edey be Walker Kessler?
Ooh,
No,
interesting.
I don't think his footwork is good enough.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Can Zach Edey play in Europe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go do that, young man.
Go do that and have a long one.
A long
Long
career in
career.
Europe is
It's all right.
Hold on.
It's all right these days.
Is a long career in Europe better than a short career in the NBA?
Ask Jason DeRusso.
That's a good name.
That's a good name. Good pull.
That's a really good name.
Good pull. Good pull.
Derulo.
Guys, we got a minute left here. Let's go ahead and play that music here really quickly. What's coming up on the show, gentlemen?
What isn't coming up on the show is really the question. Let me get my doc.
Man, we're gonna talk about everything.
WBC's over. U.S.
Yeah,
needs
sad.
better frontline pitching.
Yep.
Is that? We'll talk to Evan Bland. He's at Pro Day.
Nice.
Get the sights and sounds from that. Strick brought this to my attention. There's a lawsuit against Ivy League schools for not giving out athletic scholarships.
Hello.
And Princeton's in the Sweet 16. What does that mean? How does that come together?
Interesting.
A lot of good stuff coming up with the boys.
Because you got to be smart to make it to the Ivy League. So you get your academic scholarship. You don't need your athletic scholarship, right? Is that what they're trying to pull?
I don't like
Not
it.
exactly.
Oh.
Kind of, but not exactly.
Okay.
We'll hear and learn more about it with the guys from On the Block, Strick and Austin coming up next. That'll do it for Rico and myself. Rico is off to Lawrence, so he won't be on the show tomorrow. That's right. We'll live on. We'll talk to you guys later.
Adios.
This